We're the only state that allows it. Fall behind on the rent, and it could become a criminal matter, something that leads to arrest warrants and, in rare cases, a trip to jail. A recent article by the nonprofit journalism group ProPublica said that landlords often go that route thinking the jail thing doesn't really happen, but it does. Thousands of Arkansans are perhaps facing that fear as the pandemic wears on. Let's try and find a way through it.
If a tenant is in danger of being evicted, they need to be proactive.
That's law professor Lynn Foster with that advice. She tracks thousands of eviction cases. The safety nets thrown up at the start of the pandemic are starting to fray. That's trouble for those still left behind as the economy recovers.
And what I'm seeing is that in September, for the first time, the number of evictions filed surpassed the number from September of last year.
And that's a sign of the biggest pinch many landlords face.
Today, right now in the pandemic, is the loss of rent. Collecting rent.
Money that pays mortgages and utilities. Big property managers have a cushion, but the mom and pop property owners that Steve Webster represents in the Hot Springs Landlord Association, they're in a bind. The criminal eviction is quick and easy for them.
We've always, looked for other ways to come up with an eviction process, but it is on the books, so we use it.
Professor Foster thinks both the criminal and civil procedures need work. Landlords like Webster and advocates have worked together in recent legislative sessions, but it hasn't worked yet. So Foster has some things you need to do now while we wait.
If you are a tenant facing eviction, call the legal services helplines and see if you can't get some assistance from somebody.
A new rent assistance program is going into place.
The qualification level has been raised, so many more tenants will be able to qualify for this assistance, and it will also cover up to 2.5 months of rent.
And most importantly, don't try to run from the problem. The CDC has a moratorium on evictions if you can show the pandemic set you back. But your landlord has to be involved.
Read it, make sure it applies to them, fill it out, sign it, give it to their landlord, keep a copy of it.
Rolly Hoyt, THV 11 News.